carefully. And I just want to give one comment, I think, and I think that's something that Taylor made and also reflect what I'm going to say now. But actually, it's a very good period that I was looking for a long time in my life. A period when we're examining word like authenticity, we're examining a really real relationship. And Simon mentioned what kindness, we need that. All those things that we always used to call soft skills, now in the center of the stage. And just to remind the leaders amongst us that clients are looking at you. Clients look at you. If you're becoming so sincere now, calling them every day, they're asking themselves, what did I do before? Why didn't they call me before? And when this period will stop and you not continue consistently doing what you're doing now, they'll ask, they don't really care because they call me when they needed me. Now, when everything back to normal, they don't really care. And actually, one of the biggest things I investigated years ago, and I'm doing actually online event from 2005. So this period didn't change the way of behaving, just put it, as I said, in the center of the stage. And I tell you what, because I love relationship, I love people. As a lawyer and accountant, that's all what I cared. I know that's what brought me where I am. But how will I select the people I want to talk? How will I make sure, although I live not far away from Amsterdam, so when I needed to go to a meeting there, it took me at least 3-4 hours to park the car, to go sit. So how do I make sure that I don't waste my time or waste the time of the other person? Because if you just go meet everybody who wants your time, you lost it. So I always use these online tools to pre-select people. So before going to event, I'll connect with some participant. We'll meet online via Skype. There was no Zoom at that time. And we'll discuss. And when I come to meet them face to face for the first time, guess what? They already felt they know me. So we don't have the introduction politeness. We dive into the real thing. And if we don't like each other, we don't waste the time together. See, one of the biggest things we have is the lack of attention. And my best-selling book called The Attention Switch is all about giving attention, not getting attention. All what you see in social media and suddenly you go, oh my God, look at those people. It's all people trying to grab your attention. Some of them dare to call themselves influencer. And I'm laughing because you know the reality behind it. I mean, it's all about giving attention. And the introvert among us, this is your time to celebrate. You're the best people, and I'm one of them, by the way, to learn how to give attention. It's not about pitching and speaking and talking about yourself. It's about the other person. And now, attention is the brain muscle. It's being investigated. If you want, I can tell you hours about that. But that's why in English we say, we pay attention. It's like money. You're like grabbing the soul of the other person. Now, I'll give you an example of the online event and why online event is a tool, not a strategy, a tool to do it, because it's actually giving attention on steroids. Even what Richard is doing now, that's example of a small event, but it's event. Give each one of us a stage. Each one of us, if we wanted to not get attention from Richard and his team. And each one of us get your attention. Let me ask you a question, and let's see how does it work. You'll understand me very well. If you forget about my voice now, forget what you hear me saying, what else do you hear right now in that moment? Where you are, what do you hear? Maybe the fridge, maybe the birds around, maybe somebody right through the neck, somebody screaming at home, maybe the laundry machine, right? You just pay attention to something else. It was a tricky question. I just shift your attention from listening to my voice to something else. Now you understand what's the power of giving attention, because the moment you give it to your client by giving him a stage, giving an opportunity to shine, you're actually saying, I'm avoiding everything else, and the only thing I care is that. And that's how I come across to the brain of the other person. Now, on an event, it's not duplicate offline event. A lot of people doing events nowadays using it as kind of a branding. I'm not a marketeer. I'm a lawyer. I care about relationship. For me, events is what Richard loved to call is breaking the silos between the marketing, those people winning the event, and people in the front really get to service. Event is a way to get people that you don't see on a regular basis. Events is a way to give a stage, opportunity to give attention to those you want to give attention. Events is a way to build an authority on a global basis. I can take any person who has no experience, put him within 2 weeks on the biggest stage of the world. Guess what? Everybody now knows they are the expert. So events cannot be duplicated in reality. A lot of people are taking words, oh, I canceled this event, let's do an online event. It doesn't work this way. Ask any speaker who speak on stage. They tell you how hard it is to speak in front of the camera. There's no audience, no energy. than standing on stage. See, some amazing speaker on stages don't dare to speak in front of the camera online because they know they'll be boring and they're going to damage their own reputation. So you cannot duplicate the reality. Events online are not instead of. You need to think about a hybrid way. How we'll do online and offline so we can get a corridor via the online event, get all kind of experience, get all kind of measurement, all kind of way to interact with the people you want to interact. When you come to meet them face to face, you know you give attention to the right people. And I think that's what I want you to think about. Don't think about the event like a place you just do for, I don't know what, just eating and drinking and whatever, and using one strategy who never works for us as professionals is the hope strategy. Hope strategy is not a strategy, only work in Disneyland. You cannot go to the event and hope maybe somebody remembers me. It's a lot more than that. It's a system, a way of follow up. So events are just the beginning, the first seeds of relationship. Imagine for this event we're here, how many opportunities you are. All the participants, all the panelists, how many people that can follow up, and even one of them will be an amazing, amazing connection. How many referrals and opportunities. And think how many people you already know in your life that you can give them the stage. You can create events for them. You can bring them somewhere and share knowledge on a global basis. You see, you're literally sitting on the money you don't have business. There's so much business there that you're not even tapping to because you're always thinking, how can I get the new client, the new connection, the new person? You forgot already those you met and you know. And I tell you what's the biggest obstacle, and I stop there. One of the craziest obstacles in our industry is the simplest thing of all. It's just to pick up the phone and ask people on a regular basis, how are you? It sounds so horrible and terrifying to a lot of professionals because we learn to talk in professional way. If we turn it to become personal, to somebody you don't do any business, a project, it's a client you finished dealing with 2 years ago. Pick up the phone, call them. And how do I know it's something special? Just remember yourself, how many people did call you from February, January this year till now and just ask you the simple question, how are you? You see how unique it is? It's how simple and how unique. And that's where it starts, to build the spark of a relationship. But remember, you'll be examined by the consistency and the authenticity and the follow through, not the first seed you put in the ground. That's my word today.